here in this segment, we're going to go around the room. We're going to give you our top choice for who the next head coach of the LSU Fighting Tigers is going to be. Now we'll go around the room, and in these moments it can be difficult, but
you have to move on.
Somebody has to step in. You got to move on.
Life finds a way.
Life continues on.
Life continues on.
So I'll pass it to you first. Your top choice to be the next leader of our LSU Fighting Tigers.
At this moment in time, I don't know if I have a top choice right now because there's I could say Lane Kiffin. That's like the easy answer I think everyone's going to go to. You could say Dan Lanning, how unrealistic it would be.
Yeah, I don't think Dan's leaving.
Yeah, I don't think he is either. I don't know. I said the one guy that I thought kind of popped in my head first the other day. Yesterday, like just thinking, I mean, you got Brent Key, but, Jeff Brom kind of popped in my head just because of the success they've had in the big games with limited resources, with always behind the eight ball from a talent level at both Purdue
had a winning record in the Big Ten.
Winning record at Purdue. And it's at Purdue and Louisville is 4-1 against top 5 opponents. Just beat a Miami 2 weeks ago. Yeah, on the road. with way less talent, what could he do with far greater talent and resources? That's intriguing. But I know there's a lot of intrigue out there. There's a lot of intriguing coaches from the big school level, from the mediums, and the small school. You could go all sorts of different ways. So I don't really have my clear cut. Number one, I don't want to get stuck in a bad contract. I know that. No more 10-year contracts. No, don't handicap the school. That's all I got. Alondra?
So Jeff Brom?
Don't back me in the corner. That's the first person that came to my head, without doing any research.
You did a little bit of research.
I mean, yeah, it's true. A lot of my research came the other day after they had beat Miami, I was like, oh my God, that's a good record. And then it was like he was the antithesis of James Franklin against top 5 opponents.
Yeah. Alondra.
So I'm kind of with Matt where I don't have a clear person that stands out for me. I feel like I'm the only one that cannot get behind the Lane Kiffin want. Sark turned Texas around in 2 years. So I think he's really good at play calling. If I had to do a really outlandish one that nobody's going to like or agree with, it'd be that. I also like Dan Lanning, but also impossible. Not happening.
Yeah,
Brent Key.
I don't think Dan's leaving.
Brent Key's probably the most realistic one that I would want.
Yeah.
What about the cat from Arizona State?
Kenny Dillingham.
Mm-hmm.
I would love if Kenny Dillingham was in the conversation. I think he checks a lot of boxes. Offensive mind, young head coach, exciting head coach. You're not going to beat him into the building, and you're not going to ever outlast him in the building. He's one of those guys. He's always in the building, always preparing, always getting ready. He would bring an energy and a youthfulness, I think, to the job that I think would go a long way. He went to Arizona State. He's from the area. He's from Tempe, Scottsdale area. Again, that's not saying those guys won't ever leave. I mean, certainly it's been done before, but that's one of the things to pay attention to. But, yeah, I'd love his name to be on the list. I had one conversation with him, the first one I had with him, and I was like, Coach, I'm pretty sure I'd pull my hamstring running down on kickoff for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of guy. Now?
And you would?
I would.
Maybe 3 hamstrings.
Both of those would be true. I'd do it, and I would pull it. So, I would absolutely put his name into the conversation, and I think he would deserve to be in the conversation. Tay-Tay.
Yeah, I mean, look, you have to call Dan Lanning. I don't know how realistic that is. Matt was talking about 10-year contracts. Don't back your school into a corner. That's probably what you'd have to do to get Dan Lanning. I love the guy. I think he's a great coach. I feel the same about
Lane, too.
Right, Lane, too.
I was going to say, yeah.
You're going to have to pay these guys $13 million a year, give them an 8-year deal. That's what it's going to take. For me, it's Brent Key, Georgia Tech. I need a guy that's going to bring some physicality back to this program. We were talking about it the other day. Even when this team wins, I said, I don't like watching this team. They're not fun to watch. Georgia Tech is fun to watch.
Oh,
and
God.
and it starts with Brent Key. That's
so
the guy
good,
I would
man.
go to.
I love it.
I mean, every name that Jeff Brom, Brent Key, Clark Lee, Kenny Dillingham.
Yeah. You look at the team. I was just thinking about like Georgia Tech being so much fun to watch. Brent Key, Vanderbilt with Clark Lee. Like, it's fun to watch. The two quarterbacks both those guys have are like caveman, meathead.
Yeah.
Like hit your head against
Me love football.
against a brick wall type guy. Like, it's a guy that you would not traditionally think would ever come, like LSU would recruit or kind of get. But like, they're fun because of, the head coach, quarterback, like relationship. That's what you always look at, like in the NFL, the great teams, the head coach and quarterback were both greats, right? And especially together, they were great. It's just funny, like you just don't think of those guys being the big top recruiting guys that maybe not the most arm talent, not the guys that are going to go to the NFL, but man, they're just hard-nosed programs. And both those coaches have two quarterbacks with very similar mindsets.
They interviewed Haynes on game day again. Like this week, that pregame. I'm like, can we interview him every week?
Absolutely.
He's phenomenal.
It's great. And
Haynes
Pavia
all
was the same
good.
way.
Yeah.
Pavia dropped the S and an F bomb on game day right there.
What's crazy about it, like if you had a conversation with Clark and Brent, like it would be two completely different conversations. Their demeanor is not even related to each other. Like Clark is one of the smartest people I've ever been around, which is crazy for a fullback. I tell him all the time, I'm like, you're the smartest fullback I've ever met. But that's just like, that's who he is. And he's a deep thinker, and he's certainly got some mean, nasty toughness about him, but it's like with his actions more than anything. And like when you interview Brent, like you think he's ready to fight. Like he's almost like got his fist is balled up as he's doing the interview. Like he's staying ready in case somebody tries to sneak him.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Like that's like, and I've interviewed him on person, on Zoom, and on everything. It's always like that. But the one thing you know about him is, like if you tried them, they're gonna fight till they die.
Mm-hmm.
You know that about both those guys. That's what I want. Whoever that is, whoever comes in here is like, I'm going to get it done or I'm going to die trying. Whatever in my life is in the way of me getting it done is getting moved out of the way. And that might seem harsh. It might seem like a step too far, but that's just how I feel. Whatever the coach, whoever it is, when he comes in here, he has got to say from day one, what has happened is not going to happen anymore. And when teams play us, they're going to fill us, and they're going to fill us the next week, and the next week, and the next week, because we beat the hell out of them for 4 quarters. And I'm going to do everything in my power to get that done. Mm-hmm. I am going to be in this building. I'm not going to go on vacations. I am going to sit here and game plan for our opponent so I can impose our will on said opponent. And if I get it done, great. And if I don't, it's unacceptable. And I'm going to die trying to do it. That's what I want. Whoever that is. Whoever that is.
LSU.
I don't care. I don't care the name. I don't really care, if it's celebrated. When whoever's interviewing that person, whoever that is, board of supervisors, whatever president they select, the governor, the AD, I don't care. But when you're in that meeting, feel that on an elite level. Like, walk out of that meeting not being able to deny the passion that person had. And if you don't know that, let me in the meeting. I'll do it. I'll do it for free. You don't have to pay me a consultant. You don't have to do anything. Just let me be in the meeting. I promise you, if you have 5 guys in there, I promise you I'll give you the one that's going to be the best for the job as far as getting his team ready to go and making sure that they're prepared every single week and making sure that they're the most physical football team in America, that they're the most physical football team in every game that they play. And if you can't tell that, pass that to somebody that can. I'll do it. Flynn will do it. Alondra will do it. Tate, we'll do it. But you got to leave that meeting knowing that they're getting to work the second they get the job. It's the only thing that matters to them in life outside of their family, and they are going to lock themselves in that building until that gets done at an elite level, not a good level, Not even a great level, but an elite level. And that's who should get the job.
I agree on all accounts. You going to pick it?
I'll do it.
Say I won't.
I'll do it right now. Look, dude, we talk to too many people that are around football. You can tell in an interview if he has the right DNA for this job. We work hard in Louisiana. We are gritty in Louisiana, okay? We know what it takes to get a job done, and it's not always pretty. That's why I try to say too gritty to be pretty. People in Louisiana get ish done, and the next head coach should have that same mentality. I don't care if he's from North Dakota, the state of Washington, Arizona, the Northeast. Hell, he can be from Rhode Island for all I care. But when you talk to him, you got to know that as soon as you sit down, in the first word that he says, you got to feel that. And if you don't, he's not the right guy for the job.